So with the addition of the brand new BTR Clever while also giving us the BMD4M, Wartoken has also done some balance changes in this update and a huge ton of bug fixes. Well, in this video we're actually going to be checking that out. However, firstly we're going to be talking about the BTR80, which is going to be the main focus of this video, and they have said that apparently they buffed the speed of it, they buffed the health and the firepower. However, before the speed actually used to be 45 and it still actually remains 45, so I don't really understand that. However, the health was buffed from 900 to 1000. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the firepower changes and if this vehicle is actually good now. So firstly, the explosive machine gun statistics from the BTR80 Clever were actually pretty much copied and put onto the BTR80. As you guys are seeing now, it pretty much does very similar damage in terms of its explosive gun against the F-35, and same with the Super Hind. To be honest, this was kind of expected since they do have pretty much exactly the same autocannon. Now, if we take a look at the machine gun, this is where things get really confusing because for some reason it only does 10 damage compared to the 13 which the Clever can do, and same with the fire rate, same with the overall magazine size. It really does not make too much sense to me for why this vehicle is just overall worse, even though everyone was asking for it to get buffed. Plus they literally use exactly the same weaponry, like they both have a 7.62mm machine gun. I mean, I guess the bullets being different would make sense, but as far as I know, they would probably be using the same ones. It really is a very weird balance change over here, but the machine gun still remains kind of useless. Now, if we take a look at the anti-tank capabilities of this vehicle, I guess the explosive machine gun can be okay. However, once again, if we take a look at the standard MG, it really does not do too much. Honestly, man, they said that this is a BTR80 buff, but it does feel kind of lazy. Not much has really changed, and this vehicle still remains very weak. Now, if we actually take a look at another buff which was made in this update, they have said that they slightly increased the damage of the cannon of the T-72 Moderna, and I'm honestly much more excited about this than the BTR80 at this point. And as you guys can see, it will be able to do a 24%, which is a little bit higher than what we actually had before. This is a nice change. Same, it can pretty much one-shot helicopters. However, until now, it is still not going to be able to one-tap the F-35, which honestly is kind of understandable for most tanks. Now, one of the last changes which were made in this update were some bug fixes. Basically, what happened is that the sniper scopes have basically been fixed in a way, basically allowing you guys to be able to zoom without the sniper becoming, I guess, too fast with the scope or too slow, so you guys are actually able to play properly with the sensitivity you pick, instead of the game basically ruining things for you like it used to do in the previous updates, basically moving you all over the place or not letting you move your cursor at all. This is a very nice change in terms of the bugs. However, I've seen some people which are still reporting it, but for the most amount of people it has been fixed and people are not experiencing as many issues as they did before. Anyway, here is also a full-on bug fixes sheet on the screen right now. Since I'm not going to be reading all of them out, I believe most of them are not super important compared to the one which I just said. Anyway, for the time being, I am pretty disappointed with these balance changes that were made. I really expected something better from the BTR80, which was a vehicle that pretty much everyone was asking for them to buff, but in reality it's still garbage and it's just gonna end up not being used compared to this variant. I'm actually really excited to be using that one. Maybe I'll even do a gameplay video if you guys want. Anyway, see you all in the next video, have a great day, and thanks so much to my channel members.